Happy New Year, happy Monday, and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Anthony Totri, joined, as always, on this new year by Shane Diefenbach, Shawn DePaz. Gentlemen, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I wish I could make
Happy Tuesday, or it's Monday. It's not even Tuesday. Why did I say that?
Good try.
What are those things? The blowy... You know what I'm talking about?
Like, it's gone. It got taken. I have
No,
they're over there.
They're over there.
Oh.
It's like a kazoo type thing.
Yeah, I wish I could make a kazoo noise. Can you try?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can
you try? Okay.
That's the best I could do.
No.
That
I was trying to get a
terrible.
different feel. Yeah.
Happy
Hi,
New Year,
guys.
Charles. Happy New Year to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, guys. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day to see what we've got cooking for you guys, because per usual, we've got another ASU football interview. We're going to do Beau Baldwin today, who the offensive coordinator, and funny enough, we were talking about the Rams before we got into the show, and their star player, Cooper Kupp, just happened to be coached by none other than Beau Baldwin. Shane, when we were talking to him, we asked him specifically about Cooper Kupp and what separated him from all of the other guys that he's coached. And he went out of his way to say it was consistency. Like, he was the same kid in college as he was in the ninth grade. And to have somebody be that consistent over time, I feel like coaches can teach players things, but I feel like he learned a lot from getting to coach Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, the players like that can be special, and they don't need a coach to do anything, whatever. And that could be the case with Cooper Kupp. But you know what the difference is with Beau Baldwin and what we've seen at Arizona State? He had one really good player, and he fed him the ball over and over and over and over again, that he could break records consistently. Like, that's what you need at ASU, and you're getting an OC that recognizes, oh, this is my best guy. Let's get him open in space, and let's just see what he can do with the football. And that's what Cooper Kupp did. They schemed him open. Even when they didn't scheme him open, he got open by himself. But he was, the number one route. He was the go-to guy on that team for multiple years. It's good to see a coach with common sense, I guess.
Yeah, Baldwin's gonna be fun because on top of being just like a good interview, like, he is a football mind. And I think the most interesting part about the conversation was every coach, I guess, at the end of the season usually will study a really good offense or defense or whatever, maybe gave them fits in the offseason, right? So Baldwin, after a couple weeks into the season, had already said that he wanted to study Kenny Dillingham's offense of Oregon just because of how in sync it was, the tempo, they keep Bo Nix upright, and that he got the call, obviously, that Kenny wanted him to join him in Tempe. And he's like, of course I have to take that opportunity to learn. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. We'll obviously play that interview for you guys here in a little bit. We've got some ASU hoops talk. Obviously last year we lost to the Wildcats. But as Joe says in the chat, the good news is we haven't lost to Arizona in any sport this season so
Undefeated.
far. New year, new Sun
Also
Devils.
winless, though.
Also winless?
Crap.
Yeah, but every team is winless, I guess, at this point, right?
True.
That's
No one played any New Year's Eve games, right? Or New Year's Day games?
Not in the Pac-12, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see what happened. Shawn, you haven't heard this Beau Baldwin conversation. As somebody listening to it for the first time, what is something that would make you feel more comfortable that you'd need to hear from Beau Baldwin?
Oh, man. It's kind of what you were just talking about. Like, I just want to hear that he's going to give the ball to the best players. Specifically, I want to hear that he's going to, they need to feed the tight ends. I think that Jalen Conyers is the best player on this offense.
Yeah.
All respect to Elijah Badger, but I think what we saw from what Conyers can be, he at least can be the best player on this offense. I just literally just want to hear that he's going to get the ball to the playmakers like we've been asking from this ASU offense.
Yeah.
We did have a game yesterday. We had two, actually. One of them is a football team that's winning right now, but they lost yesterday. USC got down by Washington State. I don't know if you guys saw that. 81-71. And then UCLA crapped, spat, and burped all over Washington.
Also,
jeez, that's disgusting. I hate the way you describe stuff sometimes. Yeah. God, that was bad. USC still winning in football, though?
Yeah, they just got the ball back.
Of course they
did. I believe women's basketball is playing right now as well.
ASU women's basketball?
Cal.
Oh, yeah.
They're winning.
They were up at halftime, I think.
Fucking right.
Yeah. Cole in the chat. Is that Shawn or Kawhi Leonard? Happy New Year's, guys.
I'm a fun guy.
Okay. Let's not take on that personality this year.
Do I want
I
that
have
shirt?
that shirt.
Oh, no, it's New Balance.
Yeah, that's true, and it's a little crusty.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. It's white, and like I wear it for workouts, so it's like
Mm.
kind of you can't like it doesn't look like there's stains on it, but like if you look closer, you're like there's some discoloration.
Is there like a descriptive word outside of crusty that is like super spot on to where you're like, I know exactly what that looks like?
Well, I would need
because I feel like crusty does a phenomenal job of describing what you're trying to like.
I mean, wet
emphasize.
is just perfect. Like,
yeah, wet is pretty good too.
I feel like musty is a pretty good one.
Yeah,
but that's a smell.
It is more of a smell, but I feel like you can get a.
4 words when I think about you is crusty, musty, dusty.
Stop it.
Okay, well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here's ASU's new offensive coordinator, Beau Baldwin.
Oh, it's been incredible. I mean, just getting to, just meet a lot of people, and a lot of it's been recruiting, but obviously you've also been able to connect with people outside the recruiting world, connect within this office, and just Arizona State as a whole, being able to connect with different people on campus.
What was attractive about this job for you?
A few things. I mean, the area and the opportunity for growth at Arizona State, just for a number of reasons. The size of this metropolitan area, I think, is about 4th largest in the country, and you have one collegiate football team. I mean, that alone has a chance for incredible growth. Then on top of that, when Coach Dillingham reached out to me, I had already planned. This is what's funny is I had already planned on studying his Oregon offense. He has a receiver coach up there that worked with me 4 years at Eastern. So I called him about midway through the year when I'd catch some Oregon games, and I'd said, man, you guys play with such rhythm. Your quarterback doesn't get sacked. You're, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm asking him questions about his cadence and stuff. So I'm doing all this. This is in October. And I go, I'm studying you guys in the offseason. Because every coach gets done with the season and decides who they're going to, a couple teams are going to study. Or at least that's what we always did, figure out what fits. So the chance then to work with Coach Dillingham after I was already almost thinking that way, the chance then to work, like I said, in this area. I've recruited Arizona for back to about 2003, so almost 20 years. I've always said, someday I'm going to end up here. I didn't necessarily know it would be coaching. I thought maybe it'd be retirement, but I've always said someday I'm going to end up here because I really just enjoy it. So you add up all those pieces and the staff I knew he was putting together, absolute no-brainer.
In terms of recruiting, you mentioned it, right? You guys had just a handful of weeks, so kind of had to play from behind the ball, as opposed to some of the rest of the Pac-12, or I guess just the nation. How do you think you guys fared in terms of not only the recruiting class, but the transfer portal as well?
I thought we did really well, and it all starts from the top. And I thought every time that we had, something that we had to adjust, that's one thing. There was always communication, and we collaborated on a lot of ideas and who we can, who fits and who doesn't, and because a lot of guys have different connections. Because you really aren't in a spot to get to know these guys as well as you'd like, So you have to have those connections, and they aren't in the spot either that short a time to get to know us as well, So when you have those connections and we collaborate on a lot of those, I thought that helped us a lot. And that was something also that excites me about this staff is we're a collective unit, not looking for, well, I did that or I recruited him, or it never felt like that, and it hasn't. And I'm excited about that same, and I know that's Coach Dillingham in a nutshell. He's just, he's confident, he's passionate, he's that, but he's not carrying an ego or pounding his chest about things. He just wants to get things done as a group.
Yeah.
And that was a thing I thought we did really well in recruiting, is we worked as a group and got things done since the time we got here.
Coach, you've had a lot of success at a various number of places. Who has been the most influential, do you think, in terms of your success?
Yeah, it's crazy. I go all the way back. This was asked in another room. I go all the way back to my QB coach, Greg Olson, who's a pretty common name now because he's right now he's with the Rams as a senior associate, but he was Gruden's offensive coordinator 2 different times. He was Drew Brees' offensive coordinator, QB coach at Purdue, and he's been in a number of NFL spots as either a QB coach or offensive coordinator. Well, his first job was my first experience playing college football. So he was a 27, 28-year-old QB coach, in his first full-time job, and I was an 18-year-old freshman QB. So what happened there was I came from a great high school experience, but I didn't necessarily leave high school thinking I'm going to be in the college football game. I didn't. I knew I'd play it, but I didn't know I'd be in it for the rest of my life. When I got coached by him and I saw the competitiveness and the things I learned and his passion about coaching and his ability to connect with different guys, on the team, I said, that's what I want to do. So he was the biggest influence without him probably even knowing it during my 18, 19, 20. And then I just went right into it after that. So as soon as I got done playing, college football, that is, I knew there was no professional football for me to play. So I was ready to get right into it. And he was his big influence. Then since then, I've had great influences from head coaches like John Zamberlin, Paul Wolf, who gave me my first opportunity as an OC in the Big Sky. And then Justin Wilcox, who gave me my first opportunity as an offensive coordinator in the Pac-12. And I learned a ton at Cal under Coach Wilcox as well. So there have been some really good head coaches that I've been able to be a part of too, but I go all the way back to Coach Olson as being kind of that first guy.
When people bring up your name, often the first player associated with your name is Cooper Kupp. What are some of the intangibles of a guy like that allow him to succeed at the level he has?
Just consistency. I'll start with that. It's just he's been consistent. He's been like that since 9th grade. We had him in football camps on Eastern's campus. And he was the same guy then as he is now. And I'm talking 15, 16 years old. So it's just been a consistent approach to how he goes about his day and how he goes about his week and his month, and just attacks it and loves it. And then on top of that, obviously, I think sometimes it gets a little over or not credit enough. I think there is more now, but for a while even coming out, oh yeah, he's a crafty guy, this and that. He's got incredible balance. He's got incredible ability at the top of a route to separate. He's got those incredible tools too, but he developed those through work. He worked on those things. He worked on perfecting that ability to run routes and to do that. And then, some of the things he does, just intangibles that are, run after catch he's still doing it at the same level he did at our level. That's what's, I think people didn't expect. So those are some of the things that it's pretty fun to watch that. Like, holy cow, he's still breaking tackles to the level of top 1 or 2 or 3 every year in the league. And that was something that probably he's always going to be questioned. At this point, I think he's finally past that, but who knows? They'll still poke holes. Now he's injury prone. Now he's, he just had one good year. So, and the good thing about Coop is he never worries about comparing himself to other people. He never has. He's never worried about comparing himself. He truly stays consistent, and he's always working to put the team first and be the best version of himself.
Jacob behind the Mac freaking out right now. There's something special about an OC that has coached a talent like that. It's like you can't gain experience unless you have had, or you can't gain that type of experience just out of nowhere. Like, it comes with a special player like that. Like, there will be no other OC that has coached Cooper Kupp to come to ASU. Like, it's just it's something special. And whether you contribute it to, oh, he got lucky with a crazy talent at a D2 school, or you think what I think, that he used a crazy talent to the best of its ability and he still holds FCS records today. It's a big thing for the school, and Elijah Badger should be happy.
Yeah, I feel like there's value in just having been around a talent like that and being able to recognize greatness, especially at a college level. Like, I feel like it's not always easy to know what a kid is necessarily, but to have been around someone like that, I feel like is good, because hopefully it'll help him identify those same kinds of players on this roster and then feed them the ball, like I was saying with Jalen Conyers and Badger.
Yeah, you can also say, like, oh, it's D2, it's FCS, it blah, 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 blah. Sure, but when you do just look at some of his stats, like at Eastern Washington. When you look at those numbers, you can't it's impossible. It's hard to do that against no defense, let alone against defenses trying to actively stop you. What was it, 120-something point game that kid scored at a D3 college? Like, that shit is still crazy. I know he took 100 shots, but it's still insane.
Yeah. I think to your point of just like, there's something to be said about just being around a guy like that, right? And how many ASU coaches over the years had the quote unquote NFL experience, but not necessarily the quality coaching experience at a high level. These coaches have not only got that coaching experience, but they've been around some high talent. Cooper Kupp in and of himself is amazing. Rashad Samples, who's coming from the Los Angeles Rams. Brian Carrington coming from TCU. They're about to play for a national championship game next Monday. Then you've got Kenny, who obviously has been around some amazing talent at Oregon and his stops at FSU and Auburn. Like, any coach on this roster, you can look at a list of guys that they've been around or coached, and you're like, damn, like, that's successful.
Yeah, and it's not even the experience they're bringing; it's the expectation they're bringing. It's we're not bringing a bunch of losers here. This team wants to win.
Yeah.
And it wants to win now.
It's exciting, man. It really is. Before we move on to ASU Hoops, I want to tell you guys about Four Peaks and what they've got cooking up here in the next couple weeks. You guys can join us at the inaugural PHNX Tea Party presented by Four Peaks at Dobson Ranch Golf Course. We're renting out the entire driving range. Come hang with Big Drive Energy, the PHNX crew, and fellow Diehards for a night of golf, food, drinks, contests, prizes, and more. Plus, our PHNX Suns crew is going to be out there hosting a watch party for the Suns and the T-Wolves. Four Peaks is going to be out there themselves, also providing beer samples and swag. And check the link in the description to reserve your spot right now. And for our diehards, check Discord for your special link where you guys are going to save 20% on this awesome event.
If you're not a golfer, that's okay. You know, Shawn doesn't know how to swing the club sometimes. Like,
no, I look like I'm swinging.
But he also, Shawn does hit bombs.
Yeah, I'm a baseball player that golfs.
Yeah.
It looks ugly, but if I get a hold of one,
we got to get out to Dobby soon.
Yeah,
and play some golf because it's a pure course. I love.
Did you call it Dobby?
Dobby, yeah.
Free elf.
Dobby.
Dobby's a free elf.
I wish you could bet on like movies. I know there would be insider trading up the wazoo, but like movie scenes of a movie that just got released, like what's gonna happen? Like, is Dobby actually gonna die? And then you're like, shit. I had Dobby to live.
That would have been great for like
Dobby to live.
For like Knives Out type movie for Glass Onion. Like, who did it?
We should just do that.
Oh, that would be
we
crazy.
We should just create our own books for a movie we've never seen before. Also,
but our book wouldn't be as good as.
We got to do the marble racing soon. We have to.
Yes.
We have to bet. It's so fun. It's so fun. No marble racing on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, but a lot of other things. There's so many games going on right now. If you want to bet on the Suns to cover the 60-point spread that's probably live right now, you can do that because they're getting their shit pumped by the New York Knickerbockers. Yeah, there's a lot of things to bet on.
It's 20.5 right now.
Oh, okay. Tulane down 12 right now in the first quarter against USC.
Tulane plus 12.5.
You got the Winter Classic going on. A bunch of good stuff on the DraftKings Sports. We got plus one of the best games of the year in the NFL regular season tonight. The Buffalo Bills and the Bengals. If you bet just $5 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app and you're a new customer, sign up with that promo code PHNX. You can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game, and if they do, you get $150 in free bets this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But just a reminder, minimum age and eligibility restrictions do apply. And see those show notes for more details.
Did you see that Pete Rose made the first legal bet in Ohio, and he bet on the Reds to win the World Series?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's crazy.
Did you know that the Ohio sports betting was going live right when the field goal was missed?
Wah.
That's tough. Was that clip? That wasn't real, was it?
Yeah, no, it was.
That was like legit.
Yeah,
that was the timing.
Yes.
Yeah,
it was exact. It was
right when the kick was missed. It turned midnight in Ohio and Atlanta, and
they had the first loss of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's so unfortunate. I didn't. I thought like somebody just synced those up.
No,
the tweet that we were talking about. Somebody was watching the game at a bar in Columbus, and right when it hit midnight, they had a predetermined at
balloon
midnight
drop,
they were going to release balloons from the ceiling.
Well, yeah,
regardless.
And I mean, like, what was it? ESPN put out like a simulcast thing because they obviously, Disney runs ABC as well, and they showed like they had like the 3 different game broadcasts and the thing all showing at once. It was one of the crazier things I've ever seen in sports, to be honest.
That was wild. Let's talk ASU hoops for a second. I want to get to Bear Down Cat's comment. I'll admit I was worried about playing ASU coming off a beatdown from Stanford. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, he's just typo. I don't know what to tell you. Thought ASU would come out firing. I think it was a good win regardless how bad Zona played the second half.
Good.
Do you think Arizona played bad in the second half, or do you think Arizona State played better in the second half?
I think it was definitely a combination of both. I mean, they were missing some bunnies, but also after, what was it, the 12-minute mark, ASU couldn't get anything to fall. Look, we talked about on the postgame show. U of A is a top 5 to 3 team in the nation. They are very, very good.
They didn't move up, by the way. Stay put at 5.
It's wild to me considering UConn losing.
Yeah, but as Bear Down Cat says, good teams find a way to win, and good luck the rest of the season. Thank you, Bear Down
Thank you,
Cat.
I appreciate that.
What a cordial man. Happy New Year.
We both want to see each other in the Pac-12 championship and then the national championship.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I think overall, you dug yourself such a big hole that you were almost able to get out of, which is impressive in and of itself against a team like Arizona, but that just can't happen. I don't know what the fix is. I mean, get to the rim, stop shooting threes, but also just make your shots.
They need to play an entire half of basketball before the game starts, so they can come in to the first half.
But slow starts was a problem a lot last year. It hasn't really been a huge problem this year.
I mean,
it was offensively.
Yeah, it has been.
I feel like it's been
Colorado.
a pretty big issue.
I feel like there's been a number of games where it would not have been as close if they had played a full 40 minutes, whatever it is.
Then you're tied at the end of the game.
Yeah, but you're also winning the game by more than a point.
Yeah.
It's tough. And we've talked about the way this team kind of plays basketball, relies on the defense to force turnovers and get transition buckets. But Pac-12 play, it's here now. And at this point, we talked about it in the postgame show, like, it's a new season. And we've seen just in the first handful of games that teams that, the expectation was that they'd be shit or that they shouldn't compete have done the exact opposite, right? I don't think going into Pac-12 play, anybody thought Cal was going to beat Colorado, but that happened. You were talking about Washington State, right? They just beat USC.
Yeah, pretty commanding. Yeah.
Like, this is why college basketball is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can beat anybody. Virginia lost to a 16 seed. Like, when anybody can beat anybody on any given day in college basketball. That's why it's so much fun.
And that's why defense is a good thing to have consistently, because that does not go away. Yeah. And it wasn't as good as it has been in that first half, but sometimes rotations just don't get there in time. Kirk Reese is going to hit 2 threes to start a game, whatever. But you're always going to have the same intensity. And I agree, Jason, they were more aggressive in the second half, but the ball was also bouncing their way. A couple tip passes led to a couple fast breaks, led to a couple dunks, led to a 10-0 run. Like, when
this team is dunking the basketball, they're
it literally is like a I don't know, like,
it's a movie.
When rats run away because they know that an earthquake or a tsunami is coming or something. Like, the dunk is the surefire sign that ASU offense is clicking.
I'm also so upset that Fox's broadcast was remote. Did you know that? They weren't at the game.
That is very annoying.
So I was watching back the highlights, and the energy wasn't as palpable as it was in the arena.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell that Jacobson and them weren't, they would, like, they'd get fired up, but like, there was no moment where they're like,
we couldn't even tell.
Yeah, we did not watch the second game with any sound.
But like, there was no moment where they're like, I can't even hear in here. Like,
that sucks.
It's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
It's a effing rivalry game.
That is I was gonna say the worst thing, not the worst thing, but like, one of the worst parts sports wise from the pandemic is that, like, they show they could do it without, but you can't. It's not.
I would rather
you can get away with it, but it's not.
I would rather have had Pac-12 Network do that game.
Yeah,
and be there.
I agree.
So what's next for Bobby Hurley's squad?
Who do they play next?
Washington State
a win
on
Thursday, and then they've got a game on Sunday.
Go
Washington.
Kick Washington State's ass. Don't start slow. Kick Washington's ass, and then I know, like, it's a joke about they haven't lost this year, but like, literally go start the year on a good note. Like I do think, as much as I give like shit about New Year, new me, like, I do think that, like, there is certain value in having, like, there is a clear, like, mark, right? Like, okay, that was 2022. Now we can look at 2023 and how this year goes. You got to win. Like, start the new year on a good note and get some momentum.
The San Francisco loss right before a loss to U of A really sucks. But you look at the record, you're a 2-1 in Pac-12 play, and your one loss is the best team in the conference.
Yeah.
Go take care of business these next 2 games, and everyone will forget about it.
Yeah, and we talked about it a lot after the Arizona game. Like, everyone was upset, but I think, and you kind of heard it a little bit from what Bobby said after the game, like, it depends on the context you look at it. Because if you look at it just for what it is, this was an unranked team that lost by single digits to a top 5 team in the country.
They didn't cover, though.
They didn't, yeah.
I was shocked that it was that low.
I was too, but thank you, Vegas.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But also, I think they kind of showed why it was that low. Like, if ASU had not shit the bed and shot 12% for the first half.
Thank you, like, for respecting it.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be, probably 10.5 of McHale. You get more points for college basketball, especially there. But
I don't know. We'll see how the seasons play out. Obviously, injuries are a thing, and you never know how the season's going to play out. I'm just saying, you never know how the season's going to play out. That's for everybody in the Pac-12, everybody in college, like, sports, I guess.
Just wished injuries.
Unrelated. Jaden Daniels is going to win Heisman next year.
Who?
Jaden Daniels. Just want to put that out there. Not that Purdue ever had it's 56-7 right now.
56-7.
56-7. This is a Purdue team that lost to Syracuse, though. Purdue has no business playing LSU. LSU is like a top 10 team in the country.
Damn.
We're not going to get into them, but
I was just about to ask.
We're not what?
Well, say what you're going to say, and then I'll.
Okay, we're not going to get into them, but do you think anybody on like DraftKings saw the rumors this morning and were like, "I'm gonna hammer Purdue. I'm gonna hammer Purdue."
There probably were people, yeah.
They all lost their money.
Lost their money.
You could have told me literally anything. You could have told me that.
Well, you said you didn't know what the rumors were.
And not at first, but you could have told me that LSU just got back from a trip from the moon this morning, and I would still bet on LSU.
Tulane cuts it to a 1-possession game if they can get the 2-point conversion. Or actually, they wouldn't need to.
I also would have bet on Tulane to cover. I don't know what it was, but USC.
It was 1.5.
Oh no, never mind. I would not
We
know that.
went
I
over
didn't
this. We
realize
went
it was
over this last week. I was telling everybody to hammer USC, and you guys were like, "It's a trap game."
I
that. I don't remember that conversation about Tulane. I don't remember talking about Tulane.
You didn't. That wasn't with me.
Maybe it was my other buddies on.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't with me because I
Like, it's a trap game, 1.5. Oh my
God,
guys, it's USC. They're like,
it's also Tulane the first.
Yeah,
bowl
I never.
Since, what, the 20s?
Yeah, it was the first significant bowl. Yeah, I think it was 20s or 30s. Yeah. 100%.
Really, it's been that long.
Their first real big time.
Bro, when's the last time you watched a Tulane football game?
I've never
like
in my whole life, and I would like to go the next. Like, how old am I? 25.
The only reason why
next like 50 without watching.
The only reason why I'd like have any significant like viewership toward Tulane is either I'm betting on it or I would flip it on because I recognize the name because of NCAA football 2005. They were still technically LSU's rival.
Nice.
That's wild.
And
Guys,
LSU was like my favorite.
Hopefully you're enjoying the college basketball season and bowl season, and you're doing so in your More Furniture that you got for Christmas, or that you guys can still get at morefurniture.com because they've got the comfiest furniture out there. They got stuff for literally anything you're looking for, whether it be your bedroom,
dog bed,
living room, dog. I don't know if they got dog beds. Usually that seems to be more of like a.
Well, I mean, your bed could just be the dog. You could
you could just get a bed for your dog. Yeah. A real bed.
Damn, that would go crazy. That would go crazy, guys. Morefurniture.com. We've said it. They've got the comfiest chairs specifically for me. I don't know about you. You got your apartment, More Furniture. But the recliners go crazy.
Do a Mad Lib of
these chairs go
piece
crazy.
Of furniture here, and I'm probably
is the shoe wire rack from More?
Shoe wire rack? No, I didn't get it from More only because I knew my cat was gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably should have gotten it from More because has she injured herself on that yet?
No,
dude. Yet. So, chat. There's this wire rack for that he has shoes on in his apartment, and there's the spaces between the metal are like this big, and
More furniture. It won't be a hazard to your pets.
Yeah, his cat's paws are a lot smaller than that, so it's just like stepping on it. And every once in a while, I went, "Oh god, yeah. Oh god."
Yeah, I probably should have gotten it from More. My cat would be a little safer.
Guys, don't be like Shawn. Get your furniture at morefurniture.com.
We're gonna wrap this up so I can get to Burrito Express.
Wrap it up.
I had you guys haven't had a burrito in 2023 yet.
That's true.
No, I haven't.
Where'd you get your burrito in 2023?
From you. I had it yesterday. It was so good.
Yeah. That's the worst part of Burrito Express is that it's only open until 3. But get your ass down there right now. You got about 25 minutes. If you don't, go tomorrow morning.
It depends on what time you're listening to this. If you're listening to this at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon,
I mean, you can go.
You can go. You're just gonna wait.
You can order it and have it ready for tomorrow.
Hey, all of you guys that listen to the show on your morning commute, go.
Literally go.
Call your boss.
Time, even if you don't have enough time.
Call your boss. Tell him you were just in an accident or something. Tell him that there was an accident in front of you. The highway shut down. I'm gonna be a little late to work.
Don't lie.
No, you can lie for Burrito Express.
Just tell them you're going to Burrito Express. They'll be fine.
That's true. But
they might make you get.
It doesn't matter. Do what you got to do. Burrito Express is worth lying to.
Get it in you.
Get it in you. Valley locations all over the valley. Get it in you.
Valley locations all over the valley.
Get them in you.
They get the valley locations.
Yeah, fucking activate the valley.
Damn. Fuck.
I'll let the valley activate you, I guess.
Can I get one burrito supreme and one activate the valley burrito, please?
There needs to
what
be
would
one.
be in the activate the valley burrito?
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Chemical X.
And Dillingham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dillingham. There's got to be some spice in there.
Yeah, Dillingham. Well, I don't know if I want the full thing.
Some Sonoran peppers or some shit.
I don't know if I want the full thing. I just want to try Rashad samples of the Activate the Valley burrito.
I hated.
Thank you.
That so much.
Thank you.
That was a very Max joke.
I think Tulane just picked them off.
Wow.
Oh my God. I think they did.
Fucking
did they
really? 6-point game. I think they're getting the ball
back.
Let's
go. Ride the wave, baby.
Yeah, bear down cats in the chat. Holy shit, the USC bowl game.
Ride the wave.
Tulane heard me. They heard me from over here talking shit.
I'm gonna laugh if they cover.
I'm like, if they cover the 1.5, that'd be so
They're gonna
sad.
lose by 1.
Oh no. Guys, last topic before we get out of here. I guess.
Is it a safety? It's a safety.
Who got safety?
USC.
So
6-point game. They're getting the ball back with 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Tulane's getting the ball back?
Yeah.
If they score a touchdown and get the extra point, they're up by a point. Just
this
saying.
is welcome to PHNX. What are they? The Green Wave?
Yeah, the Tulane Green Wave. Joe saying, Tocher, you better be buying now.
Yeah. Listen, guys.
You got your credit.
Yeah, I did get my credit. I'll buy. I'll buy. Random topic generator.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I have a random topic generator. The first topic that I generated randomly is, have you ever been in love? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, let's not do that one.
All right, ready?
Oh, man.
Happy New Year.
Literally, first thing that comes up, I won't be cheating. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What is the best room in your house and why?
Mine has 3.
Oh man, best room in my house.
Mine's my atrium. I'm just kidding. I don't have any.
I was gonna say, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know.
I feel like I'm overthinking. It's just my bedroom.
My bedroom, yeah.
My bedroom is 100%.
Nah, it's probably about living room because that's where the more furniture is, and it's also where my Xbox is.
See, I don't spend any time in my
you have a
actual
roommate,
living room. So.
I'd say my kitchen.
I only spend time. My kitchen is basically my living room.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
Another
that
reason why my living room goes crazy.
Okay. What type of phone do you have?
An iPhone.
like
what do you
have a
think about
different
game
answer.
shows, and do you have a favorite one?
Ooh, okay. I'm a slut for a good game
so
show.
am I.
Game Show Network when I was a kid. Turn me up. I loved Press Your Luck.
No whammy.
I mean,
Dang it.
I know it's pretty basic. I just love trivia, so I love Jeopardy.
Ooh.
And dude, slept on? Oh no, it's Price is Right. Plinko is the greatest single mini game in the history of mini games.
Yep. Price is Right is the right answer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. I feel
Can
like
you do your Price is Right? Come on down.
No, I haven't watched it in a very long time.
Oh no. Well, tell me to come on down. I'm gonna do mine.
oh, you're getting up.
coming
To,
on down.
Oh, okay.
He's coming on down. Do you have a number?
Yeah. Just my name.
Number 69.
Shane, come on down. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
There we go. That sounds like HO music.
Yeah. Welcome.
That's crazy.
All right, today
That's
we're going to be
crazy.
playing Plinko. Plinko goes so crazy, dude. I like Price is Right and y'all when we play games.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can we be on Family Feud?
Yeah, Family Feud is a great one.
Well, okay, so there's another part of this. Who's the best game show host? I mean, R.I.P. Alex Trebek because he's a GOAT.
also, R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Yeah. Was he a game show host?
Yeah, 1 versus 100.
Oh, yeah.
Great game show. I love that show.
But I think Steve Harvey is the right
Steve
answer.
Harvey, and it's not close. Sorry.
What did you want to? Oh, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
Oh, there's a lot of these. So, so this is going to be a very, very niche thing, and I don't think anybody can fully. But when
He's like,
at
Syracuse
breakfast,
orange?
At breakfast, no. Well, yes, I was 5 years old, and I said I wanted to go to Syracuse. But at breakfast, because I ate breakfast at school, they would have these little juices, and on top of them there was like a little star on the label. And so I don't know where this came from, but the thing was like if you made a wish and you stabbed your straw through the star, your wish would come true, or whatever. Every single day for like 5 years, I wished to be a professional athlete. So that's a basic little boy thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it was so sad. There's nothing more in this world I want than to be a professional athlete. Like, I would do anything to have those powers, to wake up and be like Mike.
yeah. Joe Bob Barker is probably the goat.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But really, it was there's like 3 big ones growing up. It was marine biologist.
Dude, no.
Yeah, we've talked about this
Yeah.
before. But
Are we gonna have the same 3?
well, no, probably not.
Okay.
Marine biologist, but I hate water. So that's never gonna work. A computer scientist, because I was the person that knew how to like change the brightness on my aunt's
Yeah.
monitor, so I
And you
became
thought
like the
that was,
computer
like,
kid.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good with technology, but not interesting. And then I wanted to be a lawyer, mainly because I saw what's the movie with Jack Nicklaus, and it's the military, like, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth.
A Full Metal Jacket.
No.
Oh.
I don't remember what it, but so I saw that and I became obsessed with the idea of becoming a JAG, which is a military lawyer. But then I tried to do mock trial in high school, and then just reading all those cases was not my thing. Then eventually I ended up becoming a journalist and going through comm law, and I had to read cases. But
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men, yes. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I
Did you just type in "you can't handle the truth"?
No, I typed in Jack Nicklaus military.
I
Yeah.
would've typed-
Yeah.
I would have typed in,
that's
"You can't handle the truth."
I think that's Tom Cruise too.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with that movie, and I was always a great arguer, debater. Like I was always got very passionate about things. So I was like, I'm going to be a lawyer. And then I read my first case, and I was like, I'm not going to be a lawyer.
Charles knew it, of course. Jason said archaeologist.
Ooh, that's a great one.
Marine biologist was my number one.
Yeah.
And then I looked up their salary, and I said, no, thank you.
And you're like, journalist, that's so much better.
No. So before this job, this wasn't what I thought I was going to be doing. I thought I was freelance shooting for like artists and stuff. So I wanted to play hockey growing up. That never happened. And then I wanted to make music. That shit was too hard. And then I was getting as close as I could to being a professional like producer, whatever, and or like athlete by shooting it and going to do that. And then this happened. So.
Yeah. There was a couple different. Like I thought about being an agent for a little bit.
Oh my God, that was it. Actually.
Yeah, because that was my thing when I got out.
I literally watched Jerry Maguire every single night before I went to bed for like 2 years straight. That's not a joke. On my PS2, I had a wire rack in front of my bed that was just like positioned like a nightstand would be, but it was in front of my bed, and I had a TV and a PS2 on it, and I just press play every single night. I fall asleep to that movie every single night.
Yeah, I also I almost went to fashion school.
Oh,
I was between Syracuse and SCAD, which is Savannah College of Art and Design. I almost went to fashion school because I think really my dream growing up was to be able to be the person that designed like sports uniforms and stuff like that. Like that, I think that's really my dream. Like a realistic dream now is to be the person on a team that's responsible for like signing off on jerseys and logos and stuff like that. Because I have always had a passion for design and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
What did I want to be when I grew up? I wanted to be an FBI agent for a while. And then I realized that you just like have no life and you have to live in Virginia for a little bit.
You have to live in Virginia.
And I've been in Virginia and I hate that fucking place.
Yeah,
both Virginias, West Virginia and Virginia, both awful.
Don't let Aaron Slindy hear you say that.
And then I did want to be a professional athlete. That
I feel like
every kid
that likes sports wants to be. But I feel like I wanted it more than most. Like I was willing to sell my soul. Because like my thing growing up was not so much that I wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be like good to fans. I don't know really how to explain that, but like I wanted to be that person who was like, I am leaving the arena 5 hours after because I signed autographs for every fan there. Yeah. And like growing up, I understand a little better why people don't do that. Like it is an exhausting life. But I was just like, I'm going to be the best person ever and have influence as an athlete.
We got another 4th and 10.
We have
Tulane, USC, 30 seconds to go. 34 seconds left. All right, last topic?
Yeah.
No, that's boring. What did you do your only last vacation?
Last vacation?
Ooh.
I was in Vegas, so yeah.
Well, this could go one of two ways.
Oh.
And neither of them are great.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So the last time...
the next one?
Well, I mean, I'm willing to answer. It's just... Right. The last time I left Arizona to go somewhere was for a funeral. So I won't count that as a vacation. The last time before that was celebrating my anniversary with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, that's why I thought I should skip it.
I mean, I don't care. Does it make you guys uncomfortable?
I went to Philadelphia.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at Shandy. If you can follow.
Wait. Shout out Mountain Mike's. Okay. Because they're fueling these conversations today. So shout out Mountain Mike's. Guys, I didn't know they had a lunch buffet.
What?
They have a lunch buffet at Mountain Mike's.
Dude. Well, buffets are top 5 things.
Words just
in theory. Most people are grimy, but I feel like Mountain Mike's lunch buffet is a little slept on.
Golden Corral slept on.
Yes, fact. Still got nothing on Mountain Mike's.
Very true.
Lunch buffet, but that's my thing. I feel like it's a little slept on, so you go there. It's not like you're going to a grimy Pizza Hut or a Peter Piper.
You know when you're craving greasy food after you're hungover, but you don't really need greasy food because that's a total lie. Mountain Mike's is great pizza and it's not greasy.
That's true.
Very true. Guys, head on over to mountainmikespizza.com or to their Mesa or Tucson locations to place your next order. Reminder, new Diehards get a $50 voucher upon signing up.
You said 50? $50?
$50.
Tulane just caught the ball on like the 5 and there was a nasty collision and a corner and a wide receiver are down for each team. God.
We should start doing play-by-play.
They are down on the 6-yard line.
Joe said turn this off and watch the Tulane game. Let's get out of here so we can watch the Tulane game.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX _Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Shane at Shane D. You can follow Shawn DePause at Shawn_DePause.
A fun guy as always.
We will see you guys Wednesday live at 2 p.m. But for now, peace.